Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at what is your current spiritual pathway. To do this, I will be shuffling your cards and pulling out 3 cards or a card for each of the 3 piles. But very quickly, if you prefer to pick your pile or piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box. If you prefer for spirit to pick your pile today, that is also an option, and you will find the timestamp for that as well down in the description box. Otherwise, stick around. You will be picking your piles using your intuition. And let's see what we've got for today's reading. For pile number 1, you've got ecotone. For pile number 2, sorry, this is pronounced ecotone, not ecotone, ecotone. For pile number 2, you've got meadow. And for pile number 3, you've got currents. As always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the Sodalite point. For pile number 2, you've got the yellow Aventurine. And for pile number 3, you've got the blue Apatite. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to. And this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It's meant to take you to the messages you're meant to hear today, specifically regarding your current spiritual pathway. Once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, and I will see you in your readings. Please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. If this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, as you know, whoa, cool. Don't tell me this is a Virgo. No. Lately, they've been showing up together. So after shuffling your signs, I will be drawing out 4 signs for each pile. All right, so let's get straight into it. We need 2 more for the first pile, and then 4 for the second. There we go. And then, of course, 4 for the last pile. Right, let's see what we've got. For pile number 1, we've got Scorpio, Taurus, Pisces, as well as Leo. For pile number 2, you've got the signs Gemini, Aries, Libra, as well as Cancer. For pile number 3, you've got the signs Sagittarius, Aquarius, Virgo, as well as Capricorn. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your piles using any other placements in your chart, please feel free to do that. These are just different suggestions to make it easier and more enjoyable for you to pick your pile. Once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps, as always, down in the description box. Click on your timestamps, which will take you straight to your reading. If at any point you click on the chapters and you find that it's taking you somewhere else other than the beginning of your reading, please always get back to the timestamps in the description box, which will be accurate and they will take you straight to your reading. Also, please note that the next section is all about spirit picking your pile. If this is something that you would love to try today, please stick around. If this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer for spirit to pick your pile, my dear soul family, this is the section for you. As we do every day, I assign a different tarot card to each pile. And then I shuffle them around and see which one I don't pull out or somehow draws my attention, and I will know that this is your chosen pile. Right, so the Magician will be presenting pile number 1, the High Priestess pile number 2, and the Empress pile number 3. And I'll be shuffling. There we go. My hand was supposed to take this one. Actually, 2 things were supposed to happen. My hand was supposed to pick this one, and I was supposed to pull that one. So there are 2 chosen piles today. That's the main one. In case you just want one, that will be the main one. But there are 2. If you want to check them out, then you could. So the main one chosen today is pile number 1. The second chosen one, if you wish to watch it as well, is pile number 2. So, my dear soul family, these were the different ways in which you can pick your piles today. I truly hope you've enjoyed them and that they brought you the clarity for your readings, to pick your readings, I mean. And once you're ready, you know the drill. You'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look, nice, at what is your current spiritual pathway. These are the decks that I'll be using for your reading. If at any point during the reading you wanted to know the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys down in the description box. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Sodalite point. Your significator card is Ecotone. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Scorpio, Taurus, Pisces, and Leo. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, I find it really interesting. I'm sure you've noticed it too. The 2 points opposite each other. I was just placing it where it was supposed to be placed. This is the place where the rest of the crystals in every pile will be placed. And I noticed it looks like a crossroad, doesn't it? But let's see. Let's take a look at your cards first. So these ones popped right out. Let's see what we've got here for you. You've got Mars in Capricorn with authority. I love this for you. That's a lot of power there. Ooh, and you've got Venus in Cancer with birth. Very interesting cards. Right, let's take a look at the rest. I can't place this one here. Yes, you've got reunion. Oh, I think I have an idea, but I'm going to wait and look at the rest of the cards first. All right. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going to wait. You've got, do we need to cover this one? Yeah, just so we're careful. So you've got predation. With predation, you've got abduction, capture, trap, theft, obligation, constraint, right? This makes a lot of sense in my opinion if the reading is going in the direction I'm seeing, but we're going to wait. I keep saying we're going to wait. Okay. And look, it says collective plague there. Right, you've got the archetype scholar with keywords deep knowledge, visionary, realism, erudition, I'll check that word, specialist and concentration. Integration is the growth level there. Very interesting. You've got obstruction. Huh. Okay, this is the 12th Enneagram. I Ching Enneagram will read exactly what this I Ching is about. I'm sure it's going to give us a great perspective regarding your spiritual pathway. And you've got, whoa, love this card, joyfulness. And look where it fell. It kind of like covered this card as we're covering something here. Nice. Joyfulness. I'll remember that. And let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the Spirit of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups, and she's about to step into her element. So very interesting. You've got, ooh, the King of Swords, embodiment of swords. And there's the blue butterfly. You've got the Empress. I love your cards. I love the cards of this pile. And we've got a split right there, so let's take that. Oh, this one's moving as well, so I'm gonna take it. Oh, that's the first one here. And we can place this to the side for now. And you've got the Three of Swords. Okay. So, I guess what I've intuitively picked up in the beginning seems to be right. Why? Or what is it? Look at that. Eco-tone, and I've just checked what that meant. I Googled it, and it's like that area in between two ecosystems or two bodies of plants. For example, let me read it to you. Let me read the description to you more accurately. It says a region of transition between two biological communities. So, for example, ecotones between two habitats are often richer in species than either. I'm picking up that you are in fact at a crossroad. And this crossroad that you're in your spiritual path at the moment, will be giving you a lot of authority and power. I am seeing that this power is within, not the sort of power that you get without. Not that it means that you're not going to get power outside of you. Of course you are. But it begins on the inside. That is when it's most powerful. And so in this coming part of your life, you're gaining back control of your internal world, or control is not really the right word, authority over your internal world. I see here that there is a new birth of yourself. Where's the blue butterfly? Here we go. It looks to me that there was a split that happened in your psyche, perhaps during childhood, that didn't get its opportunity to develop. Why? Because of some pain in the past with the Three of Swords. Empress is healing. That's healing an old wound that shattered your inside, created a shadow right away. And reunion here, these two split parts of yourself, it looks like in this coming period of your life, are becoming one. You're integrating your shadow in this next part of your life, which is giving you a sense of great authority within you. There's integration, you see? Integration, growth level integration, you see? This is resulting not only in power, but in joyfulness. I feel like You are radiating happiness with the Empress. You're radiating also attractiveness. You're radiating power. Your mind is healing and coming into balance with the King of Swords. Your emotions are coming into balance with the with the Queen of Cups. The archetypes, the kings and the queens, are balance. Balance in the feminine, balance in the masculine. So do you see that? There seems to be a great balance coming up, and that is resulting into you feeling happy because the two parts of you are reuniting again. I don't know if you've seen the Disney movie, Alice looking through the looking glass, Alice through the looking glass. There is a part in this movie, and I'm not going to spoil it for you in case you want to watch it, but there is a particular part where the White Queen and the Red Queen, they have a final real moment together, where the Red Queen throughout the movie kept telling the White Queen, look, skip this part if you don't want to hear, but I highly recommend you hear it. I promise you it's not a spoiling of the movie. The movie is full, it's a fantastic movie. But I just want to refer to this part that I remembered as I looked at your cards here with the reunion and all of the red here. So the Red Queen in the past would tell the White Queen, you lied, you know you lied, say that you lied. And the White Queen would say, no, I didn't lie, although she was lying. And then she does the same throughout the movie until one point when after the Red Queen was wreaking havoc and all of that, one point they meet and the White Queen holds the Red Queen and the Red Queen says, you did that. Say the truth. And the White Queen finally has the courage to take a deep breath and tell the Red Queen, yes, I did lie. And the Red Queen cries and says, that's the only thing I've always wanted. And it represents, in my opinion, the integration, the self-integration, where the White Queen representing the seen self, the self that feels that they are right, that they are higher, that they're a good person, they wouldn't do these things, and they repress the part of themselves that they don't want to see, never admitting them. The moment the self, the visible self, admits and sees the part of itself that it has repressed, it won't wreak havoc anymore. So I kind of feel like there is something around that in your reading, seeing the crossroads here with the ecotone, the point of meeting between the visible self and the suppressed self. The integration happens here. It's a moment where they finally hold hands with capture. Finally. And I see words such as abduction and all of that, because I feel like once they unite, the self gets to finally have authority over what the shadow would have otherwise been doing, wreaking havoc within. So do you see, that's how I'm seeing your reading. It does look to me like you are at a point, at a meeting point with yourself, of you admitting something, you saying being able to see something, learn about yourself, deep knowledge, learn the truth about this situation, and to say, yes, I admit I have a shortcoming there, or I admit I don't know how to do that, or I admit I have this problem or something, or this challenge or something, so that you are able to remove these obstructions from your path with the help of your shadow self. Because a lot of the time, the shadow self holds a lot of, do you see the pomegranate representing the underground, holds a lot of the things we are actually looking for. It holds a lot of power, like I said, specifically it could be holding the very key you are looking for. So let's say you are looking to become a scholar. Your shadow would be holding the key to that. Let's say you want to be more attractive with the Empress. The shadow self will be holding the key to that. Let's say you want to be intelligent, more intelligent. Your shadow self will be holding, and so on, the key to that. So there is a release of a key. I know this is Venus, just showing you what I'm seeing intuitively. Here, your shadow gives you the key. And you start for the first time enjoying something in your life that you always wanted to enjoy, because the two are working together. Your visible self, or the self that you can see, is helping you in your path, as well now as your shadow self. It's not going against you. It's now reuniting with you to get to where you want, because ultimately both of you really want the same thing, but both sides of yourself. But if you keep fighting yourself, how are you going to get there? And I do see an integration going on. In your case, there's something about, with the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine energies coming together. Do you see that? The masculine side of yourself integrating with the feminine side. The masculine side seems to be your intelligence. The feminine side seems to be your attractiveness or your abundance, as well as your healing. Of course, that happens automatically as they unite. So abundance, attractiveness, intelligence, and mental fortitude, they're coming together. And you will be stepping into a very enjoyable experience up next. I'm sure these 4 cards are meant to show us this amazing experience that you will be having as a result of this integration. But first, let's take a look at your I Ching hexagram, what it says. Where is your book? Let me get it and I'll be back. Okay, so we're opening at the hexagram number 12. Oh yes, 12. That's how it looks like. I'm so sorry. There we go. That's what it looks like, I mean. Right, so obstruction and challenges. The obstruction hexagram is the 12th one in the I Ching. It talks about a time when things aren't connecting or harmonizing. Oh my God, exactly. This hexagram points to challenges and tough times. Here's a simple breakdown of your situation, money, relationships, and health. Overall picture, this hexagram suggests that things might be rough right now. You might be facing personal struggles or having issues with others. Because things aren't aligning well, you're likely to meet obstacles, but it also reminds you to stay patient and strong, searching for ways to make things better. So obviously, it looks like right now you haven't yet gone through this integration. I'm so glad we read your hexagram, because now it explains. Right now, you're at this cross path. You're probably wondering, why are all these challenges in my way? Like, I try to do this, it's not working. I try to do that, it's not working. You feel like there are so many obstacles in your way. You can put so much time trying to remove obstacle after another, or you can do it the easy way, which is through your spiritual pathway. And that is to look within yourself, to free that self that's restrained, the self that you've either shamed, don't want to admit, the part of you don't want to admit, and to make friends with them again, to have fun with them, and to say, hey, I got you. It's okay that this is the issue, we can work it out together. And so you're now going through a pathway of spiritually integrating your inner self, the one that's been suppressed, which will instantly lead to great healing, great mental fortitude, and a path of great joy. And it will be for you the fastest way in which you can remove all of these obstacles. You will, just like the hexagram explains, need to be patient with this process, but it is the quickest process towards what you are looking for. Okay, so let's take a look at the details of the spiritual path from where you are now to where you're going to go. So you've got strength. Can you see your cards? Yes, you can. The Two of Wands, which is the card of seeing, finally zooming in and seeing the truth with clarity, all the blurred things, seeing everything clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. You're going to be able to see well. You've got the Five of Swords. You're winning in a place where that was not visited. You're winning over yourself here. Despite what you think is like a desert at the moment. You are a winner. You always were. You know why? Because you can see some patina here. This has always been there. You're just finding it now. And you've got the Three of Pentacles, that integration of self, working together as one. So, looking at your spiritual path, which is what we asked for in terms of this part, the bear hibernates, right? It sleeps. A part of you that was a strong part of you. That's why you've got authority. I get it now. So your shadow holds strength. That's one of the big things that it holds. It holds great power and strength. And so by suppressing it to perhaps not experience something else, you've been suppressing your own power with it. So the bear awakens, the power awakens. And so you're going to, with the power, sleeping awakens. You're going through right now an awakening process. While you might find all of these obstacles in your way to enjoy your life, a power within you is right now awakening. It is happening right now. And the hand here signifies you just got in touch with it. Why? Because you've started seeing things clearly. Whether this is like just happened right now or you're about to get into it, it depends, of course, on each one listening or the other. But seeing the touching here just makes me feel like you've already done that, but it could just simply mean that you're about to. So yeah, I do see that you just got in touch or about to get in touch with your power. Your power opens its eyes for the first time in a long time, and it awakens. Why? Because you've simply given it attention. You recognized it. It was blurred. You're like, I can't see it. I don't know anything about you. I don't know where you are. You don't exist to me. To you going, hey, I see you. That power finally opens its eyes. And like I told you here at Patinaed, that winning, the Five of Swords, you're going to start beating that which used to beat you. Winning over that which used to beat you. And this one is very open, this card. It's very open, which means it's not one thing. It means that you're going to beat everything that you couldn't beat before, that used to beat you, because that's the Five of Swords. You're either winning over someone or something bullying you. You see, it's one or the other. And so it looks to me like you're acting like a winner again, because your power awakens. Yeah, that's what I want to say. And when your power awakens, oh my God, it looks like it's a brutal one. It's not a joke. Authority, King of Swords, and strength. You're a very powerful being, and you were suppressing your own power. simply seeing it and recognizing it, saying, hey, I recognize this part about myself. It's fine. We can work to heal it. Gives you instant mental fortitude and emotional balance. And you start seeing that winner part of yourself again. Why? Because with the Three of Pentacles, you are, the parts of you, different parts of yourself are now integrating and working well together, harmoniously together. They are happy to work together. It's going to be a big moment for you, like a strong moment of integration, and you will start realizing that that integration from that moment onwards starts to happen naturally and automatically without much effort. Once you start letting them know about each other or properly acknowledging each other, they will start to work in your favor. Whether through, I feel like with all of these plans, kind of like subconsciously, it's just going to start to work because there's no obstruction of anything like before. It's just your time of transforming and turning into a butterfly flying. Speaking of Alice, you would know that reference. That transformation happens. Amazing. So how is that leading, how is that changing your external world? Now that we've explored your internal world, how is that changing your external world as well? The Moon card, there's so much you're meant to experience in due time. Patience, dear one. Okay? So there are many surprises to come that you will see in due time. Not meant to access it until you go through that process, which you are on the precipice of right now. You're at the crossroad. Ecotone. You're there at this crossroad. Spirit of Swords. That's the Queen of Swords. Present moment. Wow. Wow. Well, I can tell you the things that you are allowed to know for the moment. Moon card, as explained. Oh, this card just moved. So I'm going to take it as well. Right. So we did explain that. Did you see the spider here is about to build their nest. So that strong spiritual power with the Moon card will be building so much for you that will allow you to capture so many of your dreams. You will see more with regards to that in your future. But what you are allowed to see is, with the Queen of Swords, mental health, great mental health. And with that, the veils will open for you and you will start enjoying many spiritual gifts that you didn't have before. I would say with the Queen of Swords, having the veil in the Queen of Swords specifically talks about your power of envisioning things and making them come to reality, come to life. There's something about you finally being able to stay in the present moment. And that's going to be so important for you. Perhaps you struggled in terms of staying in the moment before. Maybe you daydreamed a lot, or maybe you were just thinking about the past or the future a lot. You weren't in the present moment. And seeing the flower in the present moment, I know how that's significant this is, because it is in the present moment that we actually heal and blossom and grow into the best version of ourselves. It is in the present moment, staying in the present moment, that allows us to manifest what we want. So looking at the two together, I would say the veils are opening for you. You will be able to have the mental fortitude and power to be able to manifest what you want in your life, to heal mentally, to heal physically even, and blossom. And there's something about blossoming and the Empress, you becoming even more attractive, you healing, mental healing, and most importantly, your capability, because if I look at these three cards straight, they're saying actually the same thing. Other than what they individually mean, together, they are talking about your capabilities of spiritually capturing what you want into your existence. That is the formula right there. Mind is in harmony with your inner world and being in the present moment. Oh my God, this is a killer. How can the cards be so amazing? This is a killer combination to manifestation. And finally, you've got the Chariot. Your two parts of yourself are moving you in harmony. Do you see here the oh my God, when I forget the weirdest things in the weirdest time. The Merkaba. This is the like a chariot of the soul. This is transcendence, my dear pile number one. This is transcendence, and it moves you forward. You see great changes in your life, which you're going to see in due time, as you transcend the reality that you are in right now into a far marvelous reality. It's like you're shifting timelines. If I look at this card, you're shifting timelines into one that is full of wanderlust, with all of the sprinkles in this Queen of Swords and the present moment. Wanderlust towards dreams that you want to have in your life. Yeah, that's exactly what I see. And my dear pile number one, can you see your cards? I think I should show it to you. There. Actually, we can place it right there. So this is where you're going. And my dear pile number one, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I really enjoyed your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it as well. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number one, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at what is your current spiritual, pathway. These are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested at any point, look at these two moving. I'm actually going to take these two. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of the decks that I use during the reading, you will find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful yellow Aventurine. Your significator card is the Meadow. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Gemini, Aries, Libra, and Cancer. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Thank you. If we need more, we can always pull out more cards. But let's check out your oracle cards first. You've got the Enneagram Depression. The other keywords are self-destruction, desperation, jealousy, pessimism, resignation, suicidal urges. Here, you've got the card disintegration. Pile number one had the card integration. What are the odds? I think your readings, pile two and pile one, could be completing each other, especially for pile two. And so if you were drawn to pile number one as well, I highly recommend it for you. Okay. And let's check out the rest of your cards. You've got the first I Ching hexagram. Wow, what are the odds? Oh my God, this is going to be an amazing reading. Two heavens. Right, so the key word here is creator, and we will be reading all about this hexagram in a moment during your reading, I mean. Okay. Here, this Enneagram is between control and letting go. Okay, You've got house. You've got Venus in Scorpio with secrets. Yeah. Saturn in Aries with risk. And you've got hope. What is this figure doing? They're blinding their own selves, or maybe they're removing it actually. They found a way to remove it. What is that? Maybe the guidebook can help us with that. No, it doesn't. It doesn't explain card by card. But we've got hope here, right? And I'm sure it's going to explain itself in the context of the reading. Let's check out your tarot cards. You've got the Four of Wands. This is an elevation. So a leveling up seems to be happening in your spiritual path. Can I place this hope card here? Of course I can. I don't need that lower part. Okay. You've got the Fool card. Leveling up to a new beginning. Right? There's a key to unlock something you're not seeing. It's kind of like the universe is waiting. It's like, hey, pile number 2 is figuring it out. Pile number 2 is figuring it out. She's finding the key, or he's finding the key. Pile number 2 is finally seeing what they haven't been seeing with secrets, what lies beneath it all. Something like that is what I'm picking up here. And look, night and day, you two in this pile, you two are shifting timelines. All right, you've got the Queen of Swords. And at the moment, as you are on the precipice of shifting timelines, leveling up and shifting timelines, it's kind of like the universe is holding their breath. The heavens, you know, just to put it in a funny way, of course, but it's kind of that pause moment, that moment of silence where you're on the brink of making it happen. Two equal powers are pulling at you very strongly. Consider them energy balls, entities, energy balls of the way you used to do things and the way you are doing things at the moment. And these energy balls, they want to exist too. One of them, both of them want to survive. And as you're shifting attention with the Queen of Swords, you're giving power to something else opposite to your past. And these two energy balls are fighting for survival. One of them is going to engulf the other and become bigger. And each one of them, at the moment where you are right now, is pulling the other, trying to engulf the other to survive. So what you're going through right now is not easy. But you are, however, on the precipice of that great change. You've gone so far. You're at that moment of where one of them is going to win. You're figuring out the key here. The universe is like, pile number 2 is getting it. Pile number 2 is removing the veil. Pile number 2 is seeing what they haven't been seeing before. They're getting there. Pile number 2 is taking a great risk. What are you up to? Whoa, you've got the Hierophant. And here we've got the Latin sentence, dura lex sed lex, which means the law is harsh, but it is the law. So you're figuring out that what you're trying to do may not be easy at all, but it is what you gotta go through to make it happen. It may not be something that you perceive as easy. You may even perceive as super harsh. It does require a big risk from your side, but it must be done. You're realizing, you're learning with the Hierophant that it is what needs to get done. And you've got, ooh, look at that, input. Do you see the word input? What you're putting in is changing your fortune at the moment. Wow, very interesting. I'm so curious to find out what this risk is, because home is signifying two things. It's signifying you finding your safety and stability, but it also signifies that you feel safe within yourself. I think reading your hexagram at this point right now will be very helpful for us in your reading. So we want to open to hexagram number 1. Yes, it is number 1. There we go. That's what your card looks like. So, creator and never-ending effort. Interesting. So, the creator hexagram is the starting hexagram in I Ching. It's made by putting 2 creator signs on top of each other, representing heaven or the sky. This hexagram is all about creation and starting new things. Told you guys. Here's a basic understanding about your luck, money, friendships, and health. So I will be giving you a chance to like pause or take a screenshot if you want, but I'm going to read the overall picture for you guys. It says the creator hexagram is all about new starts and pushing forward. It's a sign of coming up with new ideas and taking charge. If this hexagram comes up, it could mean new chances in your job, school, or daily life. The choices or things you do now might have a big impact on what happens next. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a chance to pause or take a screenshot, and I will do the same with the next page so that you can read it if you want to. All right, we can see here that it's an absolute new page in your life. And you are doing it by doing what is necessary, taking a risk. It's a big beginning here. I think this is a process that the soul constantly has to go through. So this is not the first time as a soul that you're stepping into this, doing that process. The liver here talks about cleansing. You're cleansing something, some energy out of your life. And now you're shifting timelines as you have in many lives before. This is one of your key moments as a soul. And this is going to change your life, your fortune, and the way you experience life. With the Four of Wands, you're leveling up as a soul. Your experience as a soul is going to be very different moving forward from this moment onwards. This is why this is such a big deal. Perhaps the house talks about the vessel, how in this particular vessel or trial in this lifetime, you have succeeded as planned to figure things out. Now, the question is, what is that risk that you're going to be taking? And it looks like one of the things you will be greatly healing, Depression versus Meadow talks about how you're healing your sadness with this. You're going to live with the sun here. You're going to live a very healthy life. A life that is healthy, where you're naturally happy. You're naturally doing great. When someone asks you, how are you doing? You're just gonna be tempted to say, I feel great. I feel good. I feel great. How are you doing, pile number 2? I feel great. That's where you're getting into here. And you're healing a lot of things these days: self-destruction, desperation, jealousy, pessimism, resignation, like not doing things in life, suicidal urges. I don't know if we can say that on YouTube. Oh. Anyways, any of that. Nope, can't say that. Looks like I'm gonna have to like remove that word in the editing. Okay, so it all here starts by you taking a risk. You found the key. You found it, or you're about to. You're removing the veil that has been preventing you from seeing things clearly, resulting in depression or sadness, a level where there was disintegration between two parts of yourself. Okay, two parts within yourself. So what is this risk that you are taking? The Ace of Wands. Wow, the ones in your reading, my God. You're really doing something big here. Nine of Cups. The Three of Pentacles. Creation. Are you going to create something that will lead to your integration? Really? You're gonna be collaborating, because there's a team here. You're gonna be collaborating with others in harmony, creating a great symphony or a great creation. And you're going to have a lot of luck there with the ladybird. Really? I have no idea how that's going to lead to your integration. Perhaps, maybe you always wanted to do something and you repressed that part of yourself. And by doing it, you find yourself again. Very interesting. I wish you the best of luck with that. You're going to be a master with the maestro here at bringing all of the needed elements together to make that wish come true. So whatever wish, Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands, whatever wish that you will fulfill, that speaks to you passionately, is the one you are next taking charge of and making it happen in your life. And it looks like that passion needed to be released. Maybe you stayed home a lot and now you're bringing yourself out. As you bring that passion out, something that has to do with others, you winning and others winning too. You finally remove the veil that you have been putting on yourself, causing that very sadness. It's like, I'm getting it. It's like you've suppressed a wish, suppressed something that you always wanted, because a part of yourself wasn't allowing you to address this dream. Perhaps this dream needed a specific risk that you were always afraid of taking. But you're the maestro. You're the one who can show others, no matter how talented they are, how it's put together, how it's done. You're the teacher with the Hierophant of the very thing you're struggling to start with the Ace of Wands. So it seems to me like in your reading, you are on the precipice of seeing. You're like, oh, I don't have to suppress this. I don't have to fight it. I'm going to shine bright by going after this dream. I'm going to create it only to realize that you're the maestro of it all, that you're the creator. You see, creator, exactly. You're afraid to approach something only to realize that you're the maestro, you're the teacher, you're the creator. You are the person who should do it. I mean, this is a reading about if you don't do it, who is to do it? Are there many talented people? Absolutely. But you're the home of this talent that you've been suppressing. And if you're not going to do it, who else will do it like you? In fact, by you tapping into that power, you teach others how it's played out properly, how it is presented and done properly. You're the, let's say, director. You can see things better than anyone. And so, yes, it looks to me like here you're going, why am I suppressing, disintegrating? Like, why am I suppressing a part of myself that wants to achieve this dream and make it happen? The reason you've been suppressing it is because a part of you was super afraid to take a risk. I think you were afraid to take a risk because with secrets here, Mars in Scorpio, there is something of an emotional nature, a complex emotional nature that you didn't understand. Perhaps something pertaining to being able to control as well as let go at the same time. No, I think I should help you with this. We have got our key elements together. You always wanted to do it, but it involved a risk. The risk was how you felt about it when you go through it. It's something deeply psychological. There may be an emotional wound or something doesn't go right emotionally for you. And that is because you either controlled it too much or you let it go too much. And that you had to understand how to keep a balance between these two factors. To step into it, never take your foot out once you stepped into it. And then once you step into it, you want to understand how to balance control and letting go. That becomes the key question of your reading. How are you guided in your path ahead to balance between control and letting go so that your natural talent comes up? So you've got the Moon card. There's something interesting about this card. This figure thinks she's standing there all on her own, but the moon has become her, you know? The moon is her, looking out for her. All of these bats are looking at her. Now, they're not dangerous because bats can't see, but they can see through ultrasonic waves. It's kind of like the way you see things makes your whole universe see it from your perspective. Eight of Pentacles. We're taking a look just to remind you how you can control and also let go. King of Wands. And Knight of Pentacles. Slow, but look, a Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady movement, taking things slowly, but never quitting. Remember when I told you, once you step, if you hesitate and go a step back, the other party is able to pull you easier, and it's over. So no hesitation there. and you don't have to take a big bite that you can't chew. What's most important is the consistency. So once you step forward, don't go back, even if you're afraid. You want to keep that foot there, even if you're not going to move at all or take any other steps for a while. It's slow and steady with the Knight of Pentacles. So that's one of our keys. Another key here is a spiritual element, understanding that how you see things makes your whole universe see it from the same perspective. As in, not seeing, as in how you're vibrating is what I'm trying to say. What you're vibrating makes it your reality. And that's why you're shifting realities here, because you're changing perspective, changing also vibration. Changing perspective changes vibration. Right, we understand these two cards. Once we understand each one on their own, we'll be able to understand what it's trying to say. There's something about tapping into your power, never letting it go. And the Eight of Pentacles, that's what you need to master first before we talk about these two cards. Or perhaps that is what you need to master. Mastering your power. Mastering your power. Or is the moon your internal world? Perhaps that's your internal world. Yeah, your internal world affects everything on your external world. So, yeah, just let me meditate on that a little bit. The news here, this is information. Look at the amount of ones you have. 1, 1, 1. And 7 plus 3 is 10, which is 1. This is a big thing here going on in this pile. 1, 1, 1, 1. And this is, like I told you, a big moment of, with the Four of Wands, transcendence. One of your major spiritual transcendence in, let's call it the history of your spiritual path. Not just in this lifetime. So what are you guided to do to be able to control and let go? It is a process that you will master by time. Especially if you never hesitate. Once you take a step, don't go back. And take your time to master it, to feel its power. Don't rush, don't go, oh, okay, I got it, let's move on to the next one. No. In your path of trying to create something, in your path of creation or fulfilling that dream, it's very scary. So don't rush. You are going to take a step and learn to feel your power within that specific or particular step. And you're guided not to take any more steps until you've mastered your emotions of power over it, where you go, I have a grasp on this, I got this, I get it. Like, let's say, for example, you are learning a new language, for example. You're not guided to rush through it, to learn the vocab, learn the expressions, understand the grammar, this, that, or the other. You're guided to take it step by step. You stepped into grammar, right? The basic grammar. Don't rush into anything else. You can rely on dictionaries, you can rely on whatever programs that help explain things to you. You can have many crutches. A crutch. You can have as many crutches as you like, just so you can focus on making this part powerful. Until you understand fully the basic grammar and you kind of feel like, yeah, I got it, I'm getting this. Then you can move on to, like, for example, learning new expressions. And that's all you want to focus on, the new expressions, the meaning of the expression, when to say it, and to use it, and so on. Another example, a better example actually, is training your body. So something like focus on, for example, the core first. So it's okay to not use other parts for now. And I'm not like an expert. What I'm saying is absolutely wrong, but I'm just trying to show you what your cards are saying, however. So you can like use tools to help you with the other parts, because you want to fully focus on getting power there, and then you move to something else, and that's where you want to focus on, along with the other part that you've strengthened, and then you want to focus on another part of your body along with the other two that you've strengthened, and so on. That's how you build it. That's what I'm seeing in your cards. So whatever your dream is, you want to take it slowly, and you want to be super powerful in every step that you take. It doesn't matter if you don't have a handle on everything. Be okay with being weak at everything else until that particular part has become super strong, is exactly what I'm seeing here. Master each step individually. Take it step by step with the Knight of Wands, and make sure that your internal world has a full belief and grasp over it. Because as you master each part, you start vibrating with belief, strong belief, that you're able to, that you got this, that it's yours, you got this part. And then the next, once you mastered it with the Eight of Pentacles, you'll have the strong belief, oh, look, I got it, I can see it, I understand it. With every step, you repeat that process until your whole being can see, oh, I see that I'm good at this. I see that I'm good at this, good at this, good at this. Every part of you can see the different parts of what you're trying to do. You're able to see it better, understand it better. You've got power over it. You have a grasp over it. And this is how your new energy ball wins over or engulfs the older energy ball masterfully. And you heal that sadness, that sad part of you that felt that you can never get there, that maybe it's not yours. You become the creator of your life. This is an important part of your transcendence journey, my dear pile number 2, and it's shifting timelines for you, and it's creating a lot of fortune and abundance. Things are far bigger for you than just this amazing spiritual journey. It is attracting great fortune to your life. You become the creator of your inner world as well as your external world. And luck is absolutely by your side as you learn to rise like the sun and create this wish for yourself. And that, my dear pile number 2, is exactly what I see as your current spiritual pathway. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Oh, I forgot to tell you why this is the balance between control and letting go. Because you're controlling that part that you're learning and letting go of everything else, and being okay that you're not good at it yet. Sorry, I didn't clarify that, but I'll catch you in the next reading. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at what your current pathway is. These are the decks that I'll be using. As always, if you're at any point during the reading felt like you wanted to know the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful blue Apatite. Your significator card is currents. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Sagittarius, Aquarius, Virgo, and Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. One thing I find very interesting about your reading is that both look like an arrow pointing in the same direction. And it's funny because pile number 1 had 2 arrows pointing in opposite directions. I don't know if I should recommend this pile to you yet or not. We'll find out in the reading. But I find it interesting that here they seem to be matching directions, whereas in pile number 1 they were opposite. Let's see what all this means. And let's take a look at your oracle cards first. So you've got the Enneagram negativity. The keywords here are systematic refusal, opposition, hostility, rejection, resistance, and denigration. And it's a collective plague. It is categorized as a collective plague. So negativity, right, let's keep it there. And you've got the 40th hexagram with relief. Nice. You've got Venus in Aquarius with detachment. Nice. Very lovely card to have in a spiritual reading. You've got Mercury in Capricorn with organization. Lovely. You've got melancholy, negativity, melancholy, and then detachment, bringing relief. Interesting. The cards are so clear, but let's be patient here. And you've got the thief. Okay, I'll do this. I was going to say do this later, but actually it's not such a big deal. Right. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards. You've got the Queen of Swords and the Justice is sitting right there. You've got... Thanks. The Emperor, and the Emperor is not sitting there. Speaking of sitting, you've got the Star card, the Moon card. Oh, these are major arcana. This seems like a big deal here up next in your spiritual path. And I do see you making a choice between what you love, because this is one of the figures of the Lovers card, and I don't know if we can, if that will slide with YouTube, so I'm going to keep a zodiac sign here. And so you're on a path, and based on the choices that you'll be making, things are changing. You'll either be making a choice towards what you really love and desire and want, or sticking to your habits and sticking to your old ways with the Devil figure in the Moon card. Okay, one more space. I do see this card. Nice, and you've got the Five of Pentacles. I say nice because it looks like rebuilding something, picking up the broken pieces. And speaking of picking up, do you see here? Mercury in Capricorn's got a grasp over something. Capricorn doesn't stop until they get what they want. So, ooh, we've got 2 more cards. I'll keep them there for now. But what is going on? I see with currents here, your next spiritual path has to do with the flow of emotions controlled by the mind. And look, currents, and you can see the currents in Aquarius. You can see the currents in Aquarius. You can see also the currents in the relief card. So mood swings, I would say, leading to negativity, but it's deeper than that. Because with the card negativity, we've got so much systematic refusal, opposition, hostility, rejection, resistance, denigration. You know, there's so much going on because of this melancholy, extreme sadness. It feels like your internal emotional world is tumultuous, and it's a thief. It is taking, first of all, your power from you that exists with the emperor being there, but with the figure of the emperor not sitting on his throne. So it looks like it is robbing your power from you. These great emotional swings, and they seem to be extreme, these emotional swings, where the balance, where the two figures of the yin and the yang, signifying duality in the emperor, it looks like sometimes it's so positive and nice, and sometimes it's so painful. It's tumultuous, and when it's on either extreme end, it looks like it does wreak havoc, right? Especially on the negative side, or when you feel like it's you're experiencing negativity, whatever side this is, like maybe even on both sides. It's strong. It leads you to take strong actions that if you were in your balanced state of mind, detached, the Justice card and the Queen of Swords, you wouldn't be making. Also, the Thief here shows that it's robbing so much from you. It's robbing your dreams, having the Star card as your center card of your reading. It's robbing your dreams. It's robbing the path of your desires, which is something we've picked up right away. It is also debilitating your movement, because at the end of the day, these are the two Sphinx of the Chariot card. So it's debilitating your movement. There's contrast that will, it seems, soon be adjusted, and they will both be moving in the same direction. What is the contrast, please, in pile number 3? 2 cards, great. What is the contrast? I will use them as the 2 contrasts. The 2 contrasts. What are the 2 contrasts that cause the 2 extreme ends here that we're seeing in your reading? You know, I'm feeling like these 2 extreme ends don't give you, both of them, don't give you any of the 2 things you're looking for. They don't give you what you're desiring, nor are they keeping you prolonged in that state of desire, or let's say happiness, extreme happiness that you sometimes feel. And so they're not taking you anywhere. You're just sometimes swaying between different things, between starting your desire but leaving it to enjoy something else, to things breaking. I feel like things are unstable, and because they're not, because it might feel like you don't have a grasp over things at the moment, you feel like it's stealing everything from you, and it's leading to great sadness, and it's leading, like I said, to misjudgment when it comes to you making many decisions that may not be good for you in the grand scheme of things. And you feel powerless, constantly feeling like it's not the right judgment, it's not the right thing. Right, what are these 2 opposite energies that are driving you at the moment. Six of Wands, and there's the balance here of the Justice. Six of Wands, or the Six of Pentacles. There's balance anyways. Balance of duality. And you've got the Lovers, what you love and desire and want, and just following it. So these two opposing forces are you trying to come out of this tumultuous energy, trying to find calm, trying to succeed and find balance. And the other energy is loving something so much, or needing what you love so much, because it does make you feel good in the moment, but they're not on the same path, these two. So we were correct here when it comes to the opposing energies being what you desire versus what you love in the moment. It was right. What you want to succeed at versus what you really love, because what you really love, oh my God, the hit of dopamine here, you're like, oh, I love this. It makes me feel so good. But it's momentarily. There's the devil figure. It's momentarily, and it's keeping you stuck. Right. So now we understand clearly that there are currents of moods, swings. We understand that it leads to a lot of sadness, and we understand that there are two opposing energies within you. The energy within you that wants to do the right thing, wants to follow their dreams, and wants to pick the broken pieces up, and the energy of you that just wants to feel great in the moment and feels the lack as a result with the Five of Pentacles. And these are the two energies on your path, as you can see. And one powerful force, which is your dream, staring and glaring at you in the midst of it all. It's the truth, whether you're on this side or that one, that genuinely speaks to your heart. Okay. Let's get to the important part, which is what's happening in your current pathway. I'm clearly seeing in your reading, you are detaching from this negativity or this extreme emotion swings, whether it's on one end or the other. Extreme emotional swings, whether it's on one end or the other. You're detaching from this. It's like when it gets tumultuous, you're cleansing yourself from that energy by detaching. You're like, it can be there, but I'm not going to, what's the word? I'm not going to engage with it. Thus, it seems like up next, you're getting a grasp over things, over your internal world. You're getting a grasp over it. In fact, you can see a lot of yods here in the moon card, and the Hebrew letter yod means hand. So you're getting a handle out of this. You're grasping this emotion, all of this energy, by detaching from it mentally. You're like, yeah, you can be there. Hello, I'm not going to engage. And you're not allowing it to steal anymore, because you've got the justice figure here. You're like stopping that energy that is stealing things from you. And instead, here, you are starting to slowly pick up the pieces. Because you're detaching, you're giving space for natural for things to naturally fix themselves by themselves, whether this is energetically or your health or your mental health or your capability of making that dream happen. It just starts to automatically fix itself by itself once you detach, because you're not vibrating in that same way any longer. You're allowing the waves to come and go, that's fine, but you're staying centered, thinking, I'm not going to engage. It's okay to feel it, but I'm not engaged. I'm not taking decisions. I'm not going to say, oh, this is painful. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to detach mentally. And this is giving you your power back. See, the whole adjustment and balance with the Queen of Swords is in the mind. And the more you stay centered and detached from all of this, the more you're moving towards your strength and automatically moving towards your big dream. And so you'll be making a different choice. There's the Capricorn. There you're getting a grasp and a handle over things, organizing your life, picking the pieces, working towards it, and you start shifting your path. And you now start to move actually towards your desire, whereas before you weren't really moving at all with the Devil card, which signifies attachment and being chained. You were on the path of stagnancy, where here you're on the path of achieving that great wish that you absolutely love. Okay, let's read your 40th I Ching hexagram and get more information before we continue with the reading itself. To see, I opened it right on the 40th to see if there's something else we're not picking up on. So it says relief and transition. Do you see? You're on a transition at the moment, a transition of path. In any case, it says the relief hexagram occupies a distinct position in the I Ching. It symbolizes release or liberation, akin to how the sound of thunder is followed by rain, washing away tension and suppression. This hexagram describes the transformation from a state of tension to a state of relief. Here's a concise overview concerning your overall picture, fortune, and relationships. I'm going to leave it there for you guys in case you want to take a screenshot or pause to read. I'm just going to read the overall picture. It says the relief hexagram signifies the alleviation of dilemmas and stresses. It indicates that for current challenges and hardships, with the right methods and attitudes, it's crazy. It's like the cards are talking. So with the right methods, I'll read it again. It indicates for current challenges and hardships, with the right methods and attitudes, there will be a positive turn of events. The hexagram suggests there are risks in action, but through correct moves, danger can be avoided. It's crucial to employ wisdom and capability to overcome adversities. Amazing. So yes, we're on the right path of the reading. You're making better choices, and by making these right choices, you're now moving in the right direction and relieving yourself from all of this agony and negativity that was really robbing your dream and life from you. It was putting you in a state of lack. And I do see that up ahead in your current pathway, you will start picking up the broken pieces, putting them together. And you see this figure is standing there by simply detaching, which is the most important focus of your spiritual path at the moment. It's such a big deal. You're just required to focus on that. Everything works and helps you in your favor. Everything. It is the real grasp over your world. Things will organize themselves by themselves. I'm correcting that part. So by you focusing here, things will be picking up the pieces. Things will start working and organizing themselves naturally by themselves. This is the thing that you'll be focusing on the most on your current pathway. Okay, what is this leading to for pile number 3 on their spiritual path, please? You've got the Strength card. You see? Strength. You couldn't access your power. Perhaps due to anger for some of you. Anger and frustration. Anger, frustration, jealousy. Yeah, all the things we've been seeing here. It was the thing. Your lack of your capability to gain access over your own power was the reason that all of these things are happening. So that's the real thing here. And I see that through nurture and healing, which is the Empress, you easily start to remove that block and gain access to your power, reducing the type of emotions you experience, the negative emotions you experience that would otherwise wreak havoc and cause you to be very sad. Okay? And so you're negotiating with your power, gaining access to your power through healing. Yeah. Through healing, the process of detaching. It's the sword. It's through healing the mind, right? That results to movement, right? So you've got the Fool card, the Magician. Wow, the archetypes here are amazing. The Two of Pentacles. So we're seeing what's happening in your spiritual path next as you work through that. And the Three of Wands. So I got a surprise for you. It looks like a big deal, but now seeing the Two of Pentacles in conjunction to the Three of Wands, before you know it, you'll be out of this. Three of Wands, before you know it, you'll be moving very quickly towards your dream. It will be all over very soon, but it requires a phase of going inwards, not outwards at all. And if you notice your whole reading, I was like, oh, you're going to organize your life. No. Things will come together for you naturally because your whole focus should be on that detachment here. This will provide you relief. Before you know it, you'll feel like you'll go from not able to move in any direction, which we see all over your reading here, to you being fully capable and great speed to be free to go towards your dream. You'll be released free from this. So, what are the phases that I'm seeing here? It's nice. These phases seem to be quick. The first phase is that healing the mind. This will give you the power that you're lacking right there, which will make you feel like, oh, great, that's a new beginning for me. I now have the key. I understand and I've learned with the Hierophant and the Fool card. I've understood and I've learned that the key here is to detach. Should this happen, I know what to do. Whenever it arises, I've got the key. I know that I detach. So you feel like, oh my God, this is a great new beginning because I feel like I know what to do. I've learned what to do. It will be the backbone with the Jed here to your path ahead of freedom from this. Then you can see the Magician and the High Priestess. The Magician has the tools to make things happen. The High Priestess is all about the internal world. This will unlock not just your power, which we saw in the first phase, but the more you work with this key, whenever it arises, you know what to do, and you move on. So it becomes something like, oh my God, this was my biggest problem, to, now it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, I know what to do. 2, leading you to a spiritual gift. that unlocks this, that unlocks the threat towards you moving from one path to the next forever. It fully frees you from being so trapped in it, even if you know what to do. And that's what I see as the third phase here with the magician and the high priestess. The third phase you're going to go through is that you will connect somehow spiritually to an understanding. You will connect to a spiritual power that will allow you to completely lose that entrapment altogether. You will either get a spiritual understanding that will wake you up from this process fully, or a spiritual type of healing. So you'll go from the magician of having the tools and knowing how to work things to fully connecting, putting in the plug. And you don't need these tools or tricks or anything like that. It's kind of like this is just the initial stage. I don't know what you're going to plug into here, but there's a spiritual power that you're going to get in touch with that will fully liberate you from all of that. And it will free you from this process of having to learn techniques and know what to do, which is amazing. Don't get me wrong. Oh my God, it's amazing. But you will be fully free from that. And you will able, and all of this will be behind you. It will all be history. But that phase is completely needed because it allows for the broken pieces to be fixed and put together. It's almost like it's going to work automatically here. Magician, high priestess, yeah. It will work automatically for you through a spiritual process that you will, I feel, grasp intelligently by your own. You will come up, you will like go, you know, these aha moments, these epiphanies where you're like, but I can do that. Instead of like waiting and then doing this, then maybe I can just stay in this whatever, and this whatever will prevent this whole thing. I don't know, but you're definitely going to reach an amazing conclusion, 100% channeled, and you will just know that this epiphany is right. You will it will just make sense to you, and you will follow it, fully liberating you forever from this whole process that's been robbing everything from you. And you will be well on your path towards your dream and having your power, mental balance, and enjoying that dream forever. In fact, you will reach a point where you're spoiling yourself with this dream. You're just going to be so indulging in it and loving it and enjoying it. It's going to become your reality, that you're just going to enjoy it in every way possible, especially that you know what it is without it. And so when you have it, you're not going to be one of those that get used to it and then get bored and then forget that they have this blessing. You're going to be someone who, with the 2 wands here of the world card, completes it, gets this dream accomplished for themselves. And because they've learned one day how it is without it, you will always enjoy it. Live in the present moment and enjoy what it gives you every single minute and second of your life for the rest of your life. And that is the gift that the past has taught you when you reach this moment. And so now we fully understand why you've got the 2 arrows here. I don't know really if pile number 1 is your pile or not. It could be, especially that you have 11 and pile number 1 got 1, 1, 1, 1. So I would say, why not? If you're drawn to it, I highly recommend it. I know this is 2, I know this is 3, but it does look like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So yeah, if you want to watch pile number 1, I highly recommend it because of that. If you're drawn to it, of course. But finally, like I told you, these 2 opposing energies of going back and forth between the 2 and getting none are now in alignment. and it is you moving towards your dream. My dear pile number 3. And yeah, this is exactly what I see as your what is going on with your current spiritual pathway. I wish you the best of luck with this path. You're moving towards your dream, my dear pile number 3. Trust in the process and disconnect. Don't engage. Let these emotions be. Don't engage with the card detachment. And my dear pile number 3, I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!